Helldivers 2. More like Grindivers 2. You see, we at Arrowhead do not give a shit about our player base. What's that? You want meaningful progression? Go fuck yourself. Have our next put together slop warbond that now capitalizes off vehicles, addressing bugs and fixing actual issues with the game. Jingle jingle, Warhammer crossover, let's freaking go! Better start making your way to Grand Darrett and start slaving away for scraps of super credits. But hey, nothing a little bit of microtransactions can solve. Just forget the fact that we already charged you $40 to play this game in the first place. We are here to speedrun our game's death faster than Bungie's Destiny 2. In short, go fuck yourself. Man, I really wish there was a live service game that wasn't run by corporate scumbags.
2 seconds later.
Well, kiss my ass and fuck me sideways. My wish came true. Hello everyone, the name's Soulgiven, and I have entered Uranus. Yeah, this shows how mature I am. Welcome to Warframe, a live service game that actually respects your time and effort, and is surprisingly ran by people who actually give a shit about their game. I know, it's revolutionary. So a bit of a story as to how I got introduced to this game. I was sitting and wondering when Arrowhead will finally get their shit together, as to my knowledge around that time, they were the only company that weren't as greedy as their competition. I basically put them on a pedestal, even though the bar for live service games was so deep in the ground that it was basically in hell. And my friend who heard my personal dilemma said,
"You know there's another live service game I can recommend to you? Hint, it's actually made by people who aren't idiots and like progression."
To which I respond,
"Bullshit.
No one's serious.
Shit."
Now here's the thing, I have a lot of issues with live service games, because while yes, they are free to play, that doesn't mean they're not paid to win. Or they are so boring to play for free that you kinda have to pay more money in order to have any fun in this game. Alternatively, you could just suffer grinding. So I was extremely skeptical when Chase suggested me Warframe as the game. I have heard of it before, but never really bothered getting into it, because I really just expected another live service slot fest that was monetized to the moon and back. And the fact that it was free did not raise much confidence, because, you know, they gotta make their money somehow, right? There's gotta be some kind of catch. There is no way this game is completely clean. There is something in there, and I'm gonna find it. I couldn't find it. Yeah, this game f***ing rocks. Just to clear up a couple things, no, this is not a review. I'm only like 200 hours in at this point, and I had just reached the mid-game, so I can't in good faith give this game a proper review. This is more of a first impressions. Second, I did not record much of my start, because again, I expected to go in and experience garbage. Once I got halfway through Deimos, did I finally decide to hit OBS and start recording. Bro, where the hell am I? So, yeah, a lot of the footage is kind of non-existent right now, sorry guys. But, yeah, my general opinion on the game, I'm liking it so far. Look, I'm a very violent man, and this game accommodates my desires. The deeper I went into this game, the more I wanted to play it. Around the start of my Space Ninja adventure, I was under the impression that the game was just gonna be this repetitive corridor shooter. Select mission, go to your enemy's address, break in, introduce your enemies to the concept of the afterlife, finish objective, and f*** off. However, what made it engaging all the way through was 2 reasons. The gameplay is very fun, and there are many variety in missions. The missions have some kind of objective, whether it's defending something, raiding enemy base to extract vital information, or raiding an enemy base to kidnap someone to get the vital information. And you'll always get a briefing before you start the mission. Which one was this? Oh, okay, genocide it is. There are also a lot of boss fights in this game, which usually take place in assassination missions. And with my first-hand experience with the game, I thought they were pretty fun. Though more often than not, I would have a couple comedic moments. With my lobby usually being set to public, some random veteran with probably thousands of hours of playtime pulls up to the boss and proceeds to stat check it. Well, let's kill this guy.
Probably gonna one-shot him, but we'll see what happens. Yeah. There you go.
I couldn't even see what
And you-
happened. I was still climbing up the stairs. I expected a Elden Ring level boss fight here, and it's just some fucking...
I mean, there might have been at one point.
But that's not all. There are also several open worlds. You can do fishing, mining, exploring, and bounties. Alright, so this guy wants me to go ahead and deal with some colonizers that are taking over their land. Alright then, it is time to destroy the British people. You even get a hoverboard early on, which you can do tricks on. You want to do space missions? Not a problem, you get this thing called an Archwing, which allows you to fly at Mach 10. As if that isn't overkill enough, you could even get your hands on a railjet, which is a whole spaceship that you can pilot with your crew and have an epic space battle with. And I have barely scratched the surface of what there is to do, because there is so much. To add on more to gameplay, you also get tons of toys to play with. You get to work with this many things, and if you're a person who loves making builds, this is the game for you. There's a lot of player expression here, and you will very rarely run into someone who has more or less the same build as you. If I were to explain the modding system alone, this video would be way longer than it needs to be. But hey, I played this game for a little bit, and I think I might as well introduce you to some of the Warframes that you get to play as. We got Excalibur, the poster child of this game, and as of now, the guy from Fortnite. He's got this cool move where he unsheathes this katana made of light, and if I could describe it in one word, it would be damage! I find it very funny whenever a group of Grenier or Corpus grunts would try to shoot me with their Nerf darts. Watch as it does f*** all, and in response I get to unveil the doohickey, and then proceed to mash E violently. Rhino. Basically Senator Armstrong, you cannot hurt this guy. Oh yeah, he's also got a damage buff and has a stomp move that basically goes... If they survive the initial stomp, they will be unable to move for the time being, which in that case, make your donuts, bud. Site 09. That one guy in a competitive shooter game who swears he has a good gamer chair. Mesa. She's got these two funny looking pistols that can go... But those are just a few of the available Warframes mentioned. And look, with the many things that I said, it might seem a bit complicated and overwhelming with all the systems. But don't worry, you get taught all of this stuff thoroughly throughout the entire game's main questline. And not only does this thing double down as a tutorial for new players to learn with and to add on with future content, here's something that will come to you as a surprise. The story is actually very good. Listen, we don't just have hype moments in aura here, there's actually some really nice cinematic moments and good storytelling here. Look, maybe I'm a bit emotional, but two quests in particular made me cry like a bitch. This is what I'm gonna say right now. Get into this game. The story alone is an absolute feast and you will not regret it. It's completely for free, which brings me to my next topic of discussion. Here's the thing. Digital Extremes isn't running some kind of charity. There are microtransactions, I mean, look at them. However, what sets this game apart from many live services is the fact that you can acquire all of this for free. The base story and main questline is for free, no expansions or DLC. All of it is free. It all depends if you're willing to put on the work. Now with that bit with Helldivers I made at the start, I know there's gonna be people who are gonna come in the comments and argue, well, Helldivers 2 super credit grind is free, you can get all the war bonds if you're willing to put in the time and effort. No. Here's the difference between Warframes grind and Helldivers 2 grind. Helldivers 2 grind involves me going to some random planet, put it on trivial, and then walk around for hours on end, scrapping by 10 super credits apiece, and it could take multiple hours at this point. Point is, Helldivers 2 grind makes me feel like I'm working a dead-end 9 to 5, and I want to use my time playing video games to escape reality, not put up with it. Helldivers 2 grind makes me want to f***ing end it. I'm not engaging with the main content. I'm not fighting off hordes of enemies. Instead, I am working a dead-end 9 to 5. I'm not contributing to the war efforts. I'm not doing anything important, really. I'm just trying to scrap by, because war bonds are the only thing we can really get now. Meanwhile, I tolerate Warframe's grind because it's tied to the main gameplay. You see, when I grind in Warframe, I feel like I'm getting somewhere. I don't feel miserable and bored out of my mind when playing the video game. And more often than not, I'm getting resources for multiple things at once. Warframe gives you the option of A, play the video game and eventually get there, or B, well, if you're impatient, you could just skip it. Meanwhile, in Helldivers, it's, alright, be miserable or pay the f*** up. Also, another thing with Warframe, you won't really need the premium currency, however, you can trade with it. There is a player economy here. There is probably people out there who have traded relic-related equipment for the premium currency and have yet to spend a dime on the game itself. The only thing that is strictly paywalled is Tenogen, and these are just accessories made by players, like actual players, not the devs themselves, so they get a pass. As for the most monetized element in Warframe, that would have to be the whole drip and accessory system. But even then, like I said, you can trade platinum. You don't have to pay a damn penny. Whether you want to dedicate that time is up to you. But anyways, I think I'm gonna wrap up the video here. As I said earlier, this was just first impressions. However, I can still easily recommend it to you. This is a game of 13 years that clearly have developers that care and listen to feedback. They want to make a game that isn't filled to the brim with scummy monetization practices. So I highly recommend that you download it and give it a shot. You can do it on console, PC, and even mobile for some reason. Jesus Christ, how optimized is this? Anyways, shoutouts to my members, Deltram. Like, subscribe, share the video, and I'll see you in the next one.